Welcome back to another episode of YT Tech. This video it's gonna be about Microsoft with its new Windows 11 platform and Huawei with its new OS named Harmony OS and an artist selling piece of nothing for £13,000. So let's get started. The first news is I was right about Wuhan lab. Trump demands China to pay 10 trillion American dollars. So as you know, when the pandemic started and Trump was the president of US, he always claimed that China's mistake was the main reason for this big pandemic, and the virus, which is now known as COVID, was actually found in a lab at Wuhan, and China did it accidentally or intentionally. And he didn't even named whenever he addresses press conferences or press meets, he never said anything about coronavirus. He always claimed that Chinese virus, right? So Trump has demanded US government to fine China up to $10 trillion to pay to China and other countries around the world. So what's happening here? I'll just again read it out. As the origin of COVID-19 has come under renewed scrutiny again, former US President Donald Trump on Thursday demanded China pay 10 trillion to the US and the world. And his claims about the virus originated in the Wuhan Institute of Virology has been dismissed earlier by the expert. But in recent weeks, there have been calls to probe the origin of COVID-19. Trump issued a statement on Thursday that claimed, "Now everyone, even so-called enemies, are beginning to say that President Trump was right about China virus coming from Wuhan lab. China should pay $10 trillion to US and world for death and destruction they have caused." Well, $10 trillion is not a small number. Well, actually, I don't even know how many zeros are there in a 10 trillion. And you know, like whole Apple's net worth is kind of only 1 trillion. And so it's a big number. And even if US finds up to $10 trillion, I don't know how this is gonna be possible. And moreover, investigations are going on with the virus leaks. Well, we have to wait and see what they are gonna do. The next news is about Microsoft looks ready to launch Windows 11. Well, I think if you are a big Windows fan, you might have heard that Windows 10 is the last version of Windows, but now leaks are suggesting that Windows 11 might be launched soon. And that is a software giant announced a new Windows event for June 24th yesterday, promising to show what's next for Windows. So this is kind of their animation with the Windows logo as usual. What the leakers are claiming that as the Windows is kind of a new animation, and you see that rays from sunlight through the windows, and that suggests it looks like 11. So leakers are claiming Windows 11 is gonna be here soon with new updates and everything else. Like it will be better than Windows 10. Of course, it should be better than Windows 10. The next news is gonna be about Huawei launches Harmony OS 2.0 in ambitious move to counter US ban dominance. So as you know, Huawei back in 2019, I think US made sanctions on Huawei to not to be in partner up with any US companies. That is like before this all these things happened, Huawei's phones were running on Android, but because of the sanction, Google had to cut ties with Huawei, so Huawei can't use Android software. So what they planned was they created an entirely new OS named Harmony. Well, actually, soon after the ban or soon after the sanction, the leaks were claiming that the new OS might be named as Oak OS, but it was a surprise. So Harmony OS is here, and this time it's gonna be much more. It will be an alternative for Apple's iOS and Google's Android OS, and they are kind of creating an ecosystem that is like Harmony OS will be supported in all their devices, like whether they are phone or their laptops or their tablets or their smartwatch. Everything the companies produce will be having Harmony OS, and they are planning to give this to other manufacturers also. Look at this. Huawei said that the Harmony OS will be installed on about 300 million devices by the end of 2021, with about 200 million being Huawei's own devices. So 200 Huawei's devices will get Harmony OS as a new update, whether that is a watch or a tablet or a laptop or a smart TV, all the devices by Huawei will get this new OS as a brand new OS for their platform. Next news is about artist sells invisible sculpture for over 13 lakh, says the vacuum is nothing. Well, look at the art. This is the art. There's nothing like the sculpture I installed in front here above the white square spaces. Tilt fitted Buddha in contemplation. You do not see it, but it exists. It's a mode of air and spirit. What do you think about this? Piece of nothing sold for 13 lakh Indian rupees, or in other words, 15,000 pounds. So, what he claims is he has not sold anything but a vacuum. Of course, yes, he just sold a vacuum. He said that vacuum is nothing more than a piece full of energy, according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle that says nothing has a weight. According to his interview on the Art Right auction house website, he had intuition as an artist, for which abstract and spiritual is instead supported by science. It has an energy that is constant and transformed into particles, he said. I have no idea what he's talking about. That is a piece of nothing has been sold for 15,000 pounds. And the only evidence that the buyer bought this piece of artist or sculpture is that he received the receipt of payment for the authenticity of the purchase. So that's all for today. Would you buy something like this? I was just wondering about it. So actually that's all for today. And what do you think about Harmony OS? Will this OS be a competition for Android OS and iOS? What do you think about that? And what do you think about this piece of art sold for 15,000 pounds? Leave in the comments. So that's all for today. For more updates on instant tech, follow me on Instagram and do subscribe to this channel for more tech and social issue videos. So that's all for today. Bye.